How's it going, everybody? Infected in here, coming at you guys with my wind-up deck profile for January 2014. This deck profile is pretty straightforward, but I feel like it's actually a really very powerful build. Wind-ups are just a really good deck because of the ability to toolbox any XYZ that they want, and they have a really good grind slash consistency game because of factory at 3. And without further ado, let's get on with the deck list, and I'll explain to you guys how the deck works and what they do. So Wind-Up Magician is at 1 for an obvious reason. Whenever an effect of a Wind-Up Magician other than himself activates, you can special summon a Wind-Up from your deck in defense position, and you can only use any Wind-Up effect for that matter while it is face up on the field, meaning you can only use it once. It has an 1800 ass, like it goes to the gym and works out its ass a lot, but it doesn't really have a good, front end, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I mean, he's just used to spam the field with OTKs because you special summon from your deck, and then you make Exceeds because you can. Then we have the Wind-Up Rabbit, the Wind-Up Bugs Bunny, if you will, and once per turn during either player's turn, you can target one Wind-Up monster, including himself, and banish it, and it comes back during the next standby phase. When it comes back, it isn't a special summon, just in case you're wondering. And this effect can only be used once while he is face up on the field. So you can just banish himself and he keep coming back. So he's a really good floater at 1400. So he's my favorite wind-up for that obvious reason. Then I play 3 Wind-Up Rat. He's a little rat with a fucking light bulb as a tail. Like, what is there not to love about Wind-Up Rat? But during your main phase, you can target one Wind-Up monster in your graveyard, regardless of level. Change this face-up card to defense position. And if you do, special summon that card in face-up defense position. This effect can only be used once, like a lot. So this guy pretty much is your top deck rank 3 or rank 4 Exceed. Or actually only rank 3 in this deck. If you choose to play Wind-Up Warrior, you can make rank 4s by making him 4, but we're not playing him because I think he's really bad. He's decent actually. So Wind-Up Shark, he's your capability of he's your capability of spamming. When you normal or special summon a Wind-Up, you can special summon him from your hand, and once per turn, you can modify him by 1 level higher or 1 level lower. And you can use his effect once per turn. It's not once while he's face up on the field, so he's the only wind-up to not have that effect. So next, for non-wind-up monsters, we play 3 Tour Guide from the Underworld because it's a 1-card rank 3 XYZ. It's a 1-card wind-up Zen mains, and wind-up Zen mains is very good for factory. 2 Maxis to draw on your opponent's turn. Even if it's a 1-for-1, it makes your card essentially 38 cards, and that's always a plus. You can choose to take this out and run 3 Upstart Goblin, and then just take out a card that maybe you don't like, but I like Maxi, especially because this deck does struggle kind of to hit for lots of damage. I mean, surely you make a lot of you can make a lot of XYZs, but you do struggle to make a lot of damage, so giving them 3000 is not the best of things. And then for 2 stun cards, we play Thunder King Ryo and Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper is good because it's a rank 3 and it hits your opponent's hand out. And then Thunder King is good because your opponent can search, and after you already searched through your combo pieces, he's just a good card. He's really good against the meta, and you can just play around him, really. You have 7 search cards, you do, but you don't really need to activate them. You can just sit on Thunder King, sit on lands, book, MSTs, and traps, and you'll be set. You can even win the game. I've won games with only Thunder King and sitting on back row, so it's easy to do, really. And then when he dies, you have such hand presence that you can just OTK back. Wind-Up Warrior could be played, and you could play him if you want. Essentially, what he does is once per turn, while he's face up on the field, I mean, you can increase the level of any face up wind-up by 1 level. So you can make, when you go Rat, special summon Warrior from graveyard, and then you can modify him by 1 and make a rank 4. Bring him out with Magician and make a rank 4, stuff like that. So he's cool and all, but I don't like him and I can't find space. You can easily play him though. There's not a problem with that. 3 Wind-Up Factory is really good. Once per turn, if an effect of a Wind-Up monster is activated, including your opponents, you can add 1 level 4 lower Wind-Up monster from your deck to your hand. So it's really stupid in the mirror match, but essentially you're not going to play mirror matches anymore, ever, pretty much. And if you do, oh my god, it's going to be awful. And yeah, Wind-Up Factory is dumb. It searches out any Wind-Up from your deck. Like with Rabbit, you just go Rabbit, effect, add Magician. During their turn, you banish Rabbit, or you just keep banishing Rabbit until you can get like Magician and 2 Sharks, and then you win. 1 Tenki searches out your 3 Rabbits. It's cool. It makes all your Wind-Up Rabbits 1500, which is extra floating ability. 3 Duality for consistency. You want to get into your OTK plays, you can duality into Thunder King, you could duality into traps, you could duality into Rabbit, to Magician, to Factory. There's a lot of things you want to duality into. and it's just good, especially in the grand game when you just want duality into traps or duality into any monster to attack for game. 3 MSTs, back row hate, 2 lance. You want to make sure your XYZ stick. Book of Moon is a defensive / offensive spell, and Dark Hole, clear the field, OTK. For traps, you just play cool traps. These are my favorite traps to play that are generic. Bottomless, Compulse, Double Mirror Force. I like this over Deep Prison because you can plus a lot, and it's not even bad. Solemn Warning, 3 Fiendish Chain is really cool. I just like stopping effects. And then Torrential Tribute, again, they overcommit you Torrential, and your turn you OTK them. So, very good. Extra deck can use some work, but I don't have a lot of space. 2 Zen mains, 1 Leviair, 1 Ghost Trick Alucard, 1 Leviathan Dragon. That's it for 3s. For 4s, Maestroke, Evil Storm Excita Knight, Abyss Dweller, very good in a lot of matchups, Gaga Cowboy, and number 101 Silent Honor Arc for Diamond Eye Wolf. And for rank 5s, Windham's Arsenals and Mayo, if it ever wants to load. There you go. 1 Tyrus, doesn't want to load. 1 Bulkasaurus, of course, is very good. And then Gaia Charger to stack on any of those. So this is a really good deck, and I do see a lot of options in it. One wind up deck did very good at the ARGCS Nashville. Another one did really good at some other event, at a regional or something. And I mean, all in all, this has a good deck, has good potential, but I don't really see it as being a competitive deck. It's more of a fun deck that could be competitive if you draw great. But if you don't draw great, which you're most likely not because it's Yu-Gi-Oh, it does have some not cool issues, as in your opponent just outspeeds this deck. But it is a good deck, it really is, and I do recommend you try it at least. And you probably are going to win more games than you lose, because it's just a good deck and you have so many abilities. You can go into any of your 15 extra deck monsters almost with any hand that you draw. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like rating to show that you enjoyed it. It helps me out a lot and it motivates me to make more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Infectazine out. Have a good one, guys. Peace.